another Saturday DanYo&Tita podcast.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Most definitely, we're back with another Saturday. How y'all doing today?
Pretty
How's
good.
the team? How's the team?
I'm doing good, man. My back feeling a little better. You know what I'm saying?
Finally.
I was about to send my man Teddy your way.
Oh,
Teddy, you know what I'm saying?
Teddy's rough though.
Yeah, I don't need all
He's
that.
good with his hands though.
I seen a Cairo though. I was seeing one.
Teddy's
supposed to
good
go
though.
back
Like
there.
you have to get used to him.
I had to force him to go to the chiropractor.
Yeah, to force him.
Damn,
You know,
dude.
Look, I had to. I got up and made the appointment. He laid in the bed like, oh.
You know how us men are.
Yeah.
Us men
And then
we-
once you got there, it was worth it, right?
Yeah, it was definitely worth it, man.
Most
They know what they
definitely.
doing.
I am Daniel.
I'm Tita.
Aisha.
I am dipped to the lean.
And we, Mr. Croft, let them know who you are.
Oh, man, right? Yeah, finally on the on camera, Croft.
He's on Croft.
Croft is always helping us out behind the scenes, putting that work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, help us with the level up and everything, man.
Mm-hmm.
But we got a special guest in the building. I mean, a boss. Make
Boss.
sure your headline's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Looking fly. I mean, I need to come see you because mine is woo. You know what I mean? That's why I be
For
wearing the
those
beanies.
that have hairline.
Right.
All right. We got shot by Lefty's in the building.
What?
Get that mic a little closer to you, sir. I want the people to hear you loud and clear.
Are we here? Are we here?
Yes, sir.
Definitely
all
most.
right.
Yeah, today's actually going to be a special because we also have some more guests coming in right after Miss Sharp by Lefty's in the building. Yes, sir. So how you been doing, sir?
Oh man, been blessed, man. How about yourself?
We are doing good. You know, we had a little rough morning.
Yeah.
Little
Technical
technicals.
difficulties.
Yeah, we had a little rough morning, but we alive. You know what I'm saying? Once we got it all straight,
Oh,
Our
yeah.
team makes it work every time.
just came together and made it work. So, sir, you had, how many shops you have, sir?
Well, so the thing about it is, I have one shop,
Okay.
but it's about 2,400 square feet,
Okay.
and we have about 15 staff members.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I asked you how many shops you got. You look like you're
Where what makes it so unique is that the average shop is close to probably about 5 to maybe 7.
Right. Yeah.
So we'll probably have about 2 or 3 shops rolled into one.
Wow.
And we're getting ready to expand to add 4 more stations.
Wow.
So yeah.
Let's get the horns for that.
Amen.
He
That's
says
dope,
it. He
man.
says it like nothing though. Like,
Like,
I
no, I
gotta
got 3 shops in one.
Right,
so We're
right.
just gonna make it 4 in one now.
Exactly.
So what makes the Lefty's haircut experience different than any other barbershop in the city?
What I try to do, at least try, because all you can do is try.
Definitely.
Right? What I try to do is give people a more professional, but yet barbershop experience.
Definitely.
We try to get open on time. I try to make sure my barbers are there. I try to make sure everybody looks good, smells good,
Right.
and is good energy.
Definitely.
Good energy, what I've learned, is far more important than good service. As far as cutting, because the cuttings will get there, the haircuts will get there, the barber will get there eventually. But when they got the good energy and the right attitude, success is only in the future.
Definitely.
So that's what I try to promote. You know, not all, every barber comes in ain't the best, because I've had a shop full of amazing barbers, but bad attitudes.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? The entitlement.
Divas.
I had one guy tell me one time, man, and this guy, I mean, I love him to death. I won't say his name, but he told me he was a Kobe Bryant of cutting hair.
Wow.
Oh, damn! He went there.
You say it was a Kobe
He went
Bryant?
straight there.
As long as he didn't say LeBron.
Well,
Oh
I
my
mean, he would be less of a barber if he said that. But yes,
So, what was his style?
well, no, he was an amazing barber, right?
Okay.
He was a really good barber. But even Kobe Bryant, what he didn't understand, what made Kobe is Kobe worked harder than everybody.
Right.
Kobe didn't have to go to practice because he practiced 24 hours a day. When everybody else was partying, drinking, and eating, Kobe's watching film. He's
Right.
on YouTube. He's studying. You know what
So
I'm saying?
where everybody else was gone, he had to be still cutting her. You know what I'm saying?
right. So
He should have been the first one in the shop every day.
the first one there, the last to leave, the most outgoing. That's the real Kobe. Of the
Right,
shop.
yep.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So people don't realize what makes people great is what they do when nobody else is looking.
Yes, sir. So how long have you actually been in business?
So I've been in business. Let's see, I want to say almost 12 years.
Wow.
12 years. Round of applause.
Amen.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I've been a barber since 1997. I've been a licensed barber right out
Wow.
of high school. I got out of high school in '96. I met my mentor Anthony Gathers. He told me he was opening this shop, and I went straight to cosmetology school, got my license. There were no barber schools back then.
Wow.
Right.
It might have been one in the West Valley.
That's
but
crazy.
I lived in the East Valley at the time. and got my license. I had to learn how to do nails and makeup. Yeah. Yeah. I had to hustle,
All of cosmetology.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Massages, foot pedicures. I had to learn all that stuff.
All of it.
But
That's crazy, yeah.
to get my license, which when you're driven, the path to success, you're willing to do anything.
Definitely.
It doesn't. Nothing can get over you.
Yeah, because if one thing don't work, you know, you have
Yeah,
a
do everything.
backup.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's not like they go to do one thing, you know.
Yep.
So you got them regardless. I
Got 'em
mean,
regardless.
what don't you do at a shop?
Oh, yeah, 100%, 100%.
So I mean, that's pretty cool to know, to have a path right out of high school. So
Yeah.
they gave you a head up on a lot of people, because a lot of people don't know exactly what they want to do or where they want to go. So how long did you work in his shop before you was able to get your own shop?
So I humbly worked at his shop for 11 years.
Wow.
Right. He fired me once. I didn't have my license. You know, I had.
Oh man, I gotta get one of these.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what a big brother's supposed to do. A mentor's supposed to do that. He's supposed to kick you out. You know,
Exactly.
you got to go handle your business. And the thing was that as I didn't know many white girls. I didn't being light skinned. I never really built a bond with white women like that. I don't know what that was about, but nonetheless, all the girls I knew were black, so none of them would let me do their hair to get my license. And back in 1997, the State Board of Cosmetology wouldn't allow you to bring a mannequin, or you had to bring a live person to pass the practical part of the test.
Wow.
So my mom is Creole. Obviously, I'm yellow as hell. So my mom is Creole, long red hair. So she ended up finally taking off of work, allowing me to do her hair, and then I ended up getting back in after a year of that time of getting out of cosmetology school to actually taking the state test and passing it. You know, Anthony let me work there, AG, but he got a year of it. Everybody kept backing out, so a whole year of everybody backing out before I could take the test. I finally got my mom to get off of work, and she let me do her hair, and of course I had to pay for her to get her real hair done afterwards.
Right.
But it all worked out. It all worked out.
He
But
said, of course, I had to pay to get her real hair done afterwards.
afterwards,
Hence, he must have fucked it up.
oh yeah, dude, I was not a hairstylist. I'm a barber. You know?
But that was your first time, though.
That was my for sure.
After so long, though, you know.
Well,
That's messed up, man. None of the sisters would fall in the soil for you, though, man.
No. The sisters, I got you. Okay, I'll be there, boo boo. And then no, show up. No shows. That's all I got.
They is not hearing that, man.
Not at all. But it all worked out. I worked for AGs for 11, 12 years.
Wow.
From the day I got there, I took out the trash to the day I left. You
Wow.
know what I mean? A great mentor. And I also learned that in that process.
I would like to say that's a shot to the other people that podcast in this building. Take out the trash, man. Stop playing.
That's it.
Take out the trash and put stuff back.
It's a little early for the shots.
Wow.
I'm sorry about that, sir.
You bringing the personal life into the podcast.
Yeah,
It happens sometimes. It happens.
Speaking of garbage,
Right. You know.
But
I'm sorry.
I treated his place like it was my own.
Right.
You know, and what I didn't realize is the whole time I was practicing to run my own business.
Right.
And it just so happened to work out.
What's the feeling like that you know you're owner?
You know what? I compare to now that I have both positions of ownership and a father. I compare it to the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the work you put in. It's the effort you make. Your children, when you drop them off and you can leave them anywhere, and somebody's like, "Man, your kids are so good." They don't realize how many beatings them kids get. You know how much they get yelled at. How much you're waking them up, spraying water on them. Get up, let's go. You know, it's and you put in that effort so they shine when you're not looking. And it's similar to the business where at points in times where I wasn't making the effort and I could see my business going one direction, and I said, okay, I got to start putting in more effort. I got to get rid of certain personalities. I got to bring in certain personalities. And then now I see it going in almost on cruise control. You know what I mean? Where I got the great guys in position doing a great job. And, you know, it's to the point where I'm kind of an accent person. Like, I just bring in good energy, do my job, and everybody else is doing their thing.
That's awesome. And that takes good leadership. So
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely. What's your favorite type of haircut?
You know what? I think all of them. You know, I don't have none that I shy away from because I've learned so much. I keep an open mind and a humble heart, and I learned so much from every barber. You know, I've had guys that cut hair a fraction of the time that I've cut hair with less of the clippers, and they do a phenomenal job. So I'll sit there and I watch these guys, and I'm like, these guys are artists,
right?
You know, so I'll watch them, and then I'll take some of their stuff and mix it with my stuff, and then so I just get better and better, and I try to do everything. I can cut. I cut a poodle if it sits still.
Right.
I cut everybody's hair. So, I mean, there's no one specific haircut. I just try to make everybody happy, man, give everybody a good experience, and give you, if you take a picture and show me a picture of what you want, I try to give you the closest to that I possibly can, if not better than what you showed me.
How do barbers stay on top of innovation? The new haircuts, the new styles, the new fades, how do they figure out what's coming up and what's going to be the new thing that everyone's going to be doing? How do you try to stay on top of those things?
Being in Arizona, you know, we don't have the edge that the Chicago's, the New York, and the LA. You know what I mean? So what I've learned is that some of the guys who are the really big, like the A-Rods, you know, the guys that are with these big companies. Elegance is a really big company. Andis Clipper is a really big company. Babyless Clipper is a new uprising company. They're a big company, and they endorse certain barbers.
Right.
So, you know, social media, you follow these guys, you get on their YouTube, you watch their cuts, and you try to stay ahead of the game. You know what I mean? A lot of people are getting gimmicky, which is it goes into everything, right? You guys start getting bigger. Your business starts growing. People start endorsing you guys. There's going to be some gimmicky aspects of what you guys do that you've never done before that's going to just come with the territory.
Right.
So what I've learned in this business, I started seeing guys doing this gimmicky stuff. I'm like, wow, and kids love it. The young people love it. I myself don't do those things, but some of the younger guys, I tell them, I said, listen, I'm 20 years in the business, but you are 1 year in the business. You're going to have to do the gimmicky things to appeal to a certain crowd to make that money. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So I would just say learning, paying attention, focusing on what other guys are doing.
Okay.
You know, old man told me, if you're going to be a copycat, copy the right cat.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was never nothing wrong with Kobe Bryant in my perspective, because he studied the best player ever played the game.
Definitely.
And if you say, okay, well, if he's the best, I'm going to do what he does.
Definitely.
You know, if he studies Bruce Lee, I'm studying Bruce Lee. Whatever he did, I'm doing everything he did. So you learn from people who are doing better than you. You take what they do and be proud of it. That's why the first thing you heard me say is that I brought my mentor up within the first 5 minutes of me talking, because I learned so much from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Absolutely. That's the American way. America should be called cheating.
I have a question.
Yes,
Where is your accent from?
I have an accent?
I feel like you do, like Southern.
It was, I mean, I was born in Los Angeles. I was raised in Houston, Texas.
Oh, I see.
But I left when I was like 12, 13 years old. I've been here ever since.
You still have that like courtesy Southern accent thing going on.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
I hear that, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I never noticed. But thank you for noticing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tita notices stuff like
I
that.
do. I notice the most odd stuff.
Are you from California?
Yeah.
See, that's what it is. See, California, it's a West Coast thing. The accent thing, like you can pick up an accent from anywhere else.
Yeah, because they don't have an accent. They don't have anything.
California,
It's just vanilla.
this is vanilla.
They straight laid back,
They just don't have it. They don't have an accent. It's just straight,
proper English.
proper. Everyone.
When
And
I was learning English, they said I had an accent, and I still don't see it.
right. I mean, you do kind of.
Yeah,
You can tell you Spanish. You know.
Definitely.
No, but even the Spanish people be like, "Where you from?" Like it was like, bruh, like really. There's always something though.
It's funny. I had experience, just my experience when I first moved out here. I didn't have a barbershop to go to. So
Okay.
I found out where we're going to go to. I went to a Hispanic barbershop. They said, no, we don't cut your hair here.
Wow.
We don't
Really?
cut your type of hair here. Yeah.
They didn't even
I don't think it
try.
No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was nothing racist. No,
Yeah.
just the texture of hair.
Yeah, they like, nah,
We don't know how.
Yeah,
you can't
I've
do-
had plenty of salons tell me that too.
Shoot,
Yeah.
I've gone even
Yeah.
to a Hispanic salon saying that we don't cut your hair. I'm like,
I usually
I'm
have to go
where
to the
am I
white
at?
people salons because they
Right.
usually know how to.
That must have been a while ago, though. That,
Oh, that was years ago. Yeah.
yeah, they did. The Hispanic culture has adapted to cutting the Negro.
Yeah, I'm
hair.
saying 'cause they haircuts look like.
No,
look
they
like,
cut. They
right.
do a phenomenal job. The guy I was talking about earlier, one guy's name was MATB, and the other guy was Young AZ. Yeah, shout out to both of them brothers.
Shout out to them.
But nonetheless, those two gentlemen, I saw them cutting hair. They came from West Phoenix to the East Valley, where So they do so many haircuts, right, for so little amount of money that they get so good really, really fast. So when you come to the East Valley with that same hustle and those skills, then you're going to be better than a lot of other East Valley barbers because the mass amount of work isn't there. So I'm looking at these guys do designs and parts. I'm like, these little Mexicans, these little motherfuckers can cut. You know
and like you say, it's a hustle. You know,
hustle
if you work for it, you're gonna eventually, you know, get it done. And stuff.
Absolutely.
No matter who you are, where you come from,
Right.
What age? Because I'm sure that you get like young people and older people, right?
Absolutely. So I watch these guys and I start doing stuff, cutting like them, and I said, wow, these guys are good. But the Mexican culture now has definitely integrated with all styles and all fashion. Because I mean, everybody goes in. They cut everybody's hair.
Yeah.
And it definitely is all about, you know, when you got curly hair, or you know, black people got the long nappy hair, and the straight hair, and all different types of textures. How did you? Because I seen a picture of your shop. It's very nice.
Thank you.
It is. He has a DJ and everything.
Thank you.
Man.
How did you incorporate everything in it like that, looking all beautiful and all that?
So it was a lot of personal sacrifices that were made to get there, right?
Yeah,
So
put a lot of work in there.
Oh, absolutely. So the story behind where the shop got to where it is now at this moment, the wife and I met my wife, amazing young woman. She's an attorney. She was in law school when we were first interacting. Nonetheless, her father told me, you're going to open up a shop. When you open this shop, it's going to be the biggest shop in Arizona.
Wow.
He said, based off of what I know from you, you're going to have the biggest shop in Arizona. So I said, okay, well, I don't see it. You know what I mean?
Cool story, bro.
Yeah, that sounds real cool, but thank you so much for saying that. But nonetheless, he's telling me what is going to happen and how it's going to be. So and this is right before the real estate market crashed, and I had about 4 or 5 houses, and I'm like, I'm happy with that. You know what I mean? I'm getting my little money here and there.
Right.
Things start going down, as you know. Had to sell all the houses. Got stuck with a couple short sales. Had to get rid of the car. We had to downsize, move in with the in-laws, and we just grinded really low key. We ended up buying a home, and I had the first shop open. It was a fantastic Sam's that went out of business, just because of it was kind of what was going on now. We remember this from 2008, 2009. So nonetheless, this fantastic Sam's went under. We found it, went in there, kept everything the same. I mean, we just painted it a little bit. It was about 900 square feet, and we were the first kind of the first barbershop in the East Valley, like Ahwatukee area, right off the I-10. Within a year or two of the buzz and the name getting out there and things going well, we just couldn't keep. I didn't have enough space. People just always would want to be at the shop.
Yes, sir.
So we had a property manager. The guy who was telling you, so 2 people. The guy I was telling you about earlier about the Kobe Bryant of cutting hair.
Right.
At the time, he was working for me.
Okay.
We'll call him Young Kobe.
Young Kobe.
Shout out. But he was working for me. He loved to play his music, blast his music really loud. And next to us was a Quiznos on one side and the trophy shop on the other side.
Oh, right.
The trophy shop was ran by some English people.
Okay.
Right? So English people, they're very, a lot of times, and I'm not classifying any group, but a lot of times they can be really direct. They could be really blunt in their speaking.
Yes.
Right.
Not that they're being rude, that's just how they come across.
Yes, definitely.
So one time they got really loud with me. You guys turn that music down. And, you know, black people, white people, English, you know, immediately everybody's assuming there's a race thing.
Right.
So then it got to the point where my property management was calling me. And now we're both paying rent, right? Both tenants. My property management is calling me, screaming at me about the music. Wow. You guys, turn that music down. So I'm at the gym during this time. I'm at LA Fitness. I'm talking to my wife. And I move and talk. When I'm excited about move and talk, I'm a passionate person.
Right.
I don't sit still. So I'm outside of the gym. I'm on LA Fitness on Chandler Boulevard and 48th Street. And at this time, you know, all these plazas were empty and they're struggling because most businesses aren't doing that well at the time. And I find myself walking into this empty plaza because I'm talking to my wife. I'm frustrated by my property manager. I'm frustrated by my employees. Kobe's pissing me off.
all angles.
Hey, Kobe ought to get one of these. Stop playing, Kobe.
So exactly. So we're on the phone, and I turn around and I see this building, right? And it was just a dance studio and a big old like salon. Like it was a big salon in one corner, a dance studio, and a bunch of empty spaces. And I looked at this building, I'm like, wow, this is open. The windows were up. I mean, you could see all through there. It was all empty, leveled out. And I said, wow, this would be a dope barbershop. So I closed my eyes real quick. And not that I'm super, super religious, but I'm definitely a spiritual man. I closed my eyes real quick. I said, well, God, if this is for me, then, hey, you going to make it happen.
Right.
I go pull on the door I'm just the door checker. I just pull on the door just to say, check it out. Door opens wide up. I walk in there, man. I see how open it is. I saw how big it was. I said, man, I got to make this happen.
Yeah.
Left, called the wife. I said, honey, we moving back now. We had just bought our house probably about a year ago. We redid the bathroom. We had our first child in the house, a home birth.
Oh,
Wow.
So the house had some sentimental value, right?
Right.
I said, honey, we're renting the house out. We're moving back with the in-laws, and we're putting everything we got into this shop.
Wow.
I said, if we can get this amount of stations in here, this shop will take care of everything. We wouldn't have to worry about nothing. Their house is just one house. It's one house, one level of real estate, one level of equity.
Right.
But the shop would be ongoing.
Definitely.
So my wife trusted me, even though she's so much smarter than I am. She trusted my word, and here we are.
Wow.
success.
Yeah, man.
Success right there.
I don't know if my old lady would have
And
went for that.
that's
Yeah, I don't think, no.
really. Are you sure they always go there? Like, no faith.
Yeah, it's facts.
They think we just gonna be like, nah.
It's
you
like
jump off the
they
cliff
never
yourself.
forget, about anything that they've done, and they're like, "Baby, it's okay." It's like, yeah,
Whatever.
it's okay. Well, we deal with it.
Any athletes or celebrities you have cut?
Oh wow! So yeah, I have a couple. Probably the coolest one out of everybody was hands down Grandmama.
Wow.
Larry Johnson was.
Yeah.
Oh, come on now.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I cut Grandma, but Larry Johnson, Game, Ice Cube, Kendrick Lamar. Let's see, who else? A couple other athletes. I mean,
Wow.
it's been a couple of guys, but Grandmama was the coolest. Game was probably the most interesting.
Oh yeah, game in there.
So I'm thinking you're a big basketball fan then.
Oh yeah, big sports fan. Mainly basketball
Yeah.
for sure.
Because of all those people, you said Larry Johnson was your favorite.
He was just the hands down, just the coolest one. I'm arguing with him about LeBron because I'm a big Kobe fan, so he's LeBron.
What?
He seemed like he'll be a
Larry
LeBron.
just lost some points.
Right.
That was my homie.
So you had a good amount of celebrities. That came
Good
in.
amount of celebrities. Yeah, Game was real cool. I mean, you guys go around those kind of guys. You know that environment. So he's inviting me to a session, and I said, well, Game, I don't do this. Like, all right, nigga, just line me up, cut this off right here. I said, Game, the cameras aren't here. You can stop the voice.
Right.
He said, oh. He said, God, thank you so much. My throat's been killing me all day.
Wow.
That's shocking. Man.
But no. But it's been a really good experience, really good
Definitely.
roller coaster, meeting a lot of great people, and it's fun stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this is the point of the interview where it's time for the
Where
game.
things kind of get a little.
Let's get it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Let's get it.
I open a shop
You in trouble
every
too,
day.
bro.
This is nothing.
And hope you remember your cosmetology license.
Okay.
You remember everything on the test?
Absolutely not.
Well, you in trouble.
Dog, why he have to do me like that?
Because that's why I'm like, man, ain't nobody gonna remember this shit.
Ain't nobody remember that. No, sir.
He probably
He's
took
just gonna throw me under the train like that. Like, hey, I'm warning you. She fucking them questions up.
I can tell you guys how I got the nickname Lefty.
Oh yeah. How'd you get the name Lefty?
So I got my license, as you know, in 1996. I got out of cosmetology school. I joined a fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi, big shout out, yo. All that fun stuff. 2000, one of my good friends gets a motorcycle, crotch rocket, one of my frat brothers, and I said, I might want, I might do that. A couple months go by, jump on it, get a YZF R6. Of course, our frat color is red and white, and went to the motorcycle class, took all the safety precautions, kept it nice and smooth, and everything was going smooth. Work, had my own place. Had me an old a 91 Eldorado Cadillac. I thought I was doing big things. Then I went and get the motorcycles. You know what I mean? So I'm this young college kid making good money, $600-700 a week at the barbershop. No real bills, no kids, so everything is going great.
Yeah.
Get the motorcycle. Things were going smooth. I rode it for about a good 6 months. This particular day was probably about springtime. And he's like, hey, man, let's race. I'm like, no racing, you know. My bike's already killing yours, really, so I don't even... what are we racing for, you know what I mean? But nonetheless, he wants to race, so I said, all right, let's do it. Get on the back road, and crotch rockets, they're a lot of power really fast, right? So a Harley Davidson would be the similar similar engine, right? So imagine a V6 or V8 in a Camaro versus a V8 in a Cadillac. So they're both V8s, but one's a lot more torque.
Has a little kick to it.
A lot more kick to it. So a crotch rocket just gives you everything you want right now.
Right.
And while we were racing, I discovered, you know, how fast that was. Ran out of road. I fell off the bike. I hit a sign under my right arm.
Oh
no.
Yeah, so I have a cut that goes from the middle of my chest to the inside of my arm, just to keep my arm on my body.
Good.
Oh my God.
This happened during all this stuff going on in my life, and I'm right-handed, you know, so I had been cutting hair for 4 or 5 years already, making a living for myself, and now all that had to stop.
Wow.
I had to sell my old condo. I had to sell my caddy mat. You know what I mean? The bike is gone, of course. So moved back home with mom's, and about 6 months after everything, I pulled myself out of the whole woe is me stage, and I said, you know, I can't keep living like that. I get to exercise, and I get to group home. I started mentoring kids and actually working in a group home. Who I think my friend Cam is gonna come and meet with you guys. It has I had to find my in group. But anyway, I posted it. He's like, I'm gonna be there tomorrow. Cameron. So okay, but nonetheless, he owns group homes. But nonetheless, just getting myself out of that whole mental aspect of things. So once that started going, things started picking up a little bit better. I said, maybe cut hair wasn't for me because in my mind, I'm right-handed.
Right.
I can't cut hair with my left hand.
Definitely.
I could barely brush my teeth and draw it right.
Right.
One of my fraternity brothers by the name of Gary Rosser, a really good brother. We just kicked it off, good energy, older guy. At the time, he's like my big brother. You know what I mean? Gary says, hey, you know what? I'm coming over. He would stop by periodically, bring me lunch, and just hang out with me because he knew how dramatic my life change had been.
Right.
Yeah.
He comes by one day and he says, well, you got your clippers still. I said, yeah, I got them, you know, in a book bag somewhere. He said, well, you're going to cut my hair today.
What?
I said, Gary, I'm left-handed. I don't cut hair. I can't cut hair with my left hand.
Right.
At the time, now, you guys see me move my arm around now. At the time, I couldn't move my arm at all.
Wow.
It was still in the sling, and it was, you know, I was barely stretching it. I mean, I just couldn't move my right hand at all. And he said, well, you cut my hair with your left hand. You're going to do it with your left hand, and, you know, whatever it comes out, it's going to come out.
Right.
So I did it, and it came out good. You know, I modified some things. I'm holding clippers, I'm putting guards on, and I'm just modifying certain little stuff, but it came out good. So then I go back to the shop, AG's. This is probably about 2001, 2002. And I said, hey, man, I think I can still cut hair. You know, he said, well, no, you can't, man. You right-handed. I said, well, he said, well, cut my hair then. I said, all right, let's go. So I cut his hair, and it came out good. Another one of my old clients was sitting there. He said, well, cut my hair too. Cut his hair, came out good. I went right back to work the next day.
Man, that's dope.
That's
Just
how I got
like
the nickname
that.
Lefty.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Never give up.
Wow, that's like
Man.
that's like a whole bunch of stories in one.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And it's another story
Talking
too.
about success, man.
Stay off them damn motorcycles.
Right.
Crazy ass things, man. I was on a scooter one time.
Oh, yeah.
And ran into a trailer.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
It was just a scooter, so you imagine what I do to myself on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
We're gonna play this game for you, son.
Okay.
And we want you to win, though.
We
Let's
do
get
it.
Good luck.
All right. Croft, I don't know if you noticed that I added another question to it.
Oh man.
Yeah, you gotta check the chat. So I had to make sure I got everything straight.
They call them.
And I'm not
them
doing them. I'm not doing them in
questions for a
order
reason.
either.
Not doing them in order.
Not doing them in order. All right. Ready for the trivia?
Let's go. Let's get it.
All right. You got 5 questions.
All right.
You get 3 out of 5 correct. We'll donate $50 to your charity of choice.
Okay.
You have 3 lifelines.
Okay.
You can call someone. You can skip one. Or you can Google one, in which case we'll give you 45 seconds to get the answer.
Okay.
Is that me?
Who's all out?
I don't know.
Question 1.
All right.
In the first decade of the 20th century, the French chemist Eugene Schuller developed a product that would make it easier for women and men to fundamentally change their appearance. He called this synthetic hair dye Arule. What cosmetology company gains its existence on the basis of this invention? A. L'Oreal, B. Revlon, C. Clairol, or D. CoverGirl?
Can I get that list one more time?
Sure. A. L'Oreal, B. Revlon, C. Clairol, or D. CoverGirl?
And what was the name of the product that he called it?
Arule, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Because my pronunciations for some words are not the best.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with A.
A. L'Oreal is correct.
There you go.
Woo!
Good
All right. He's game.
Man, I heard that question. I was like, man, you don't get out of here.
I almost hit the thread. Like, is this for the barber?
That's what I said.
We need to introduce those
But it's
buttons, though.
cosmetology.
It's
Cosmetology. That's what
Whatever,
I said.
man.
That's
Exactly.
perfect.
Yeah, right. That's fine.
Question 2.
There we go.
What materials are contemporary false nails usually made of? A.
He ready.
Plastic, B. Acrylic, C. Glue, or D. None of the above.
List one more time.
Plastic, acrylic, glue, none of the above.
I'm gonna go with B, acrylic.
B. Acrylic.
I have a wife too, so
Yeah.
I cash up her bi-weekly for her nails to get done. So
We could do
we gotta keep her right.
Yeah, I'm there.
So 2 right? That's 2 out of.
That's
Okay.
two.
All right.
Okay.
Question 3.
All right.
The next step is used to enhance cheekbones or the shape of your face. Which product is used? A. Contour, blush, C. Eyeliner, D. Mascara.
Blush.
I was like, I didn't even know.
Hold on a second. Hold on. You weren't supposed to be this good.
well.
That was an easy one though. I didn't even know that one. I don't do
I
my
didn't know
hair.
none of you. Every question, I missed every one of you.
You didn't know that one. You don't sit.
I knew it was blush because it don't go on your face. You know, it don't go on your eyes, eyeliner.
I didn't know.
Okay.
Got all that for the name.
All right, so 3 out of 5.
That's 3.
Okay.
Let's keep going.
Let's go.
He want to see if he can get the next 2. He trying
So
to
you
get
technically won.
All right.
So you already won. So this is like the sudden death, like kind of
Let's
like
get it.
if you make it to a wall of fame. Because we have a couple people on
Hey,
that
I just
wall.
want to say that contouring stuff is that's some
Sorcery.
3D trickery sorcery.
Oh, it
man.
definitely is for sure.
For real, man.
That's sorcery.
When you come back, we'll talk about that stuff because that's a
Let's get
whole
the-
different topic.
Definitely. Let's get these. Let's see if we can get these last 2.
All right.
Using scents to mask the smell of sweat has always been very common. In what year was the first real deodorant produced? A. 1889, B. 1900, C. 1920, or D. 1950?
Yeah, right.
I know this one.
It's strange, right?
Yeah. I think I know this one.
I'm gonna wait. Give me the list one more time. Give the years one more time.
1889, 1900, 1920, or 1950?
I think I know this one.
Let's go with A.
A. 1889
Thank
is
you. I was
correct.
Really?
gonna say that. I was gonna say that.
1889.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know why, but that's what I was gonna say.
Well, my logic behind that one was Europeans have been funky for a long time.
Yeah.
They've been stealing from the rest of us forever. So I had to go back to the furthest time where the thievery started, and I went with the oldest day.
Let's get the last one.
Ancient Roman toothpaste was in great demand because it contained ammonia, which whitened the teeth. Where did most of this pneumonia come from? A. Cat urine. B. Human urine. C. Dog urine. Or D. None of the above.
Disgusting question, man.
That's filthy. But I know them Greeks were a filthy group of people. And what I'm trying to do is decipher which urine is more powerful, dog or cat. I'm gonna go with cat.
That was my guess too.
I was gonna say none of
So
the
that
above.
shows you.
I was gonna say human.
What was the answer?
Human urine.
I got it right. What?
Yep.
Yeah.
And a fun fact, just so you know, human urine was in such high demand that ancient Romans imported it from Portugal.
Is that right?
Disgusting.
That's a different life that I'm not about.
I just don't understand why they just didn't piss themselves. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
We got to get some urine in.
most definitely.
Like,
What was the problem back then? Like,
what's wrong with your piss,
Yeah.
motherfucker?
Right.
that is why.
Right, the Portuguese have a higher concentration of ammonia. We got to get it from them.
I want to thank you for coming in, boss. I want to thank
There
you
is
for coming
just
in.
one more question though.
One more question? Oh yeah, yes there is one.
Who are we donating our $50 to?
Ooh, what are the
Your
It
charity
can
of
be
your
choice.
choice.
anywhere you want.
any charity.
Any organization, company, whatever.
anything with kids? Anything for kids?
We can do the $1 Million Teacher Project. Let's do that.
All
There
right.
you go.
$1 million.
MTD.
Most definitely.
That's a blessing.
I want to thank you for coming in, boss man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Tell people your location, what time you're open, what days you're open, what
Shall-
days you're closed,
shall we-
how they can get your haircut specifically from you.
Is it
All
a
that.
appointment only?
So we do appointments and walk-ins. We're all on Booksy. You know, the Shop by Lefties. My name is Lefty AZ on Instagram.
Dope.
The Shop by Lefties on Instagram. The address is 4910 East Chandler Boulevard, Suite 103. It's the best shop in Arizona. We're the best shop in America. You know, we try to
Definitely.
make sure everybody
That's no lie.
taken care of. Treat everybody right. Good energy, good music, good food, and we win it. You know what I mean? Just come win with us.
Definitely. Y'all heard it, man. We're going to be right back. We're going to shout out our sponsors, and we're going to come in with our next guest for the day. It's DanYo&Tita podcast. Don't forget www.waywardkid.com, your site for all your entertainment news, sports, and lifestyle trends. And they have the Wayward Kid Foundation and editing program classes for kids and adults. So like their Facebook page and follow them on IG.
We also have Kiwi Juice Bar with all natural smoothies, sports nutrition supplements, fresh pressed juice, gourmet coffee and tea, protein bars, healthy snacks, and nutritional education. Let's not also forget that they are also now offering weekly meal prep. They will go to the grocery store and prep your meals for you.
And we have I Shine, You Shine, We Shine, We Shine Detailing. Make your car shine like new. They're always posting new videos on Instagram and Facebook. Like their pages, share their content, and make sure you check them out.
And we have butchers of wings and things. Come get them wings and things. Man, you see that guy? You see them burger plates?
Man,
You know I'm talking on this vegan diet. It ain't working. Man. It
Burger
ain't
plate
working.
made me so hungry.
It ain't working for me, man. Go. They open like 7 days a week. Man. All you gotta do is order your plate and pick it up. So butchers wings and things. Go check out their Facebook page, man. You can see it for yourself.
We also have Novels by Z. The game isn't only for boys. Experience the game told from the other side. You can also get your very own signed copy at www.novelsbyz.com.
get yours. I
We
got
also
mine.
have Ms. Joanne Mohammed. She's our top donator. Her book is coming out very, very soon, sooner than what you guys think.
Okay.
Her book is called So the Bible Told Me So.
All
So
right.
they'll be coming out soon. We also have Mr. KT Gibson with his new single Low Main.
Low man.
If you guys haven't checked out our video that we made for him,
Check out his music on Spotify.
he's on all platforms. And don't forget Trinity Solutions with all your promotion, graphic, and any other needs you've got.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
And
$1 Million Teacher Project, help these
MTP.
teachers, help your students, your kids to learn, man. So
Right.
Go to $1 Million Teacher Project on their Facebook page, and it will take you directly to the site where you can donate and help out, man.
Make a difference.
The kids
Yeah.
need it.
Definitely do.
So just I was gonna say something. I'm gonna be nice today, though. I was gonna
Right.
say something.
Donate to help them bad kids you got.
Definitely. My goodness gracious. But we're back.
All the way live.
We have special guests in the building. This is family, though. This is
Oh,
family.
yeah.
It's like a family.
isn't
right
it
here.
like a
It's a family affair.
It's a family affair today. Tita had a tray. Cece's on this way.
Is it swinging over there?
Is the mic?
Is it swinging?
Good?
Is it swinging? There we go.
Okay.
We swinging, y'all.
We have Mr. Simmie and Mrs. Roxi in the building.
Hey.
Oh, no, you were straight.
Yes.
You don't have to speak all the way into it.
How y'all doing today? How y'all doing?
We are doing awesome.
Excellent.
How are
Yes.
y'all?
We're good.
Doing
We
great.
got y'all in the
Here with
building.
y'all.
Right. You bringing the good energy and
Definitely.
Overdue.
I wanna congratulate y'all on your wedding.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
I was sorry. No, don't do it. No, don't do it.
Tita,
Say it.
did he cry?
I would go like,
Mrs. Simmie, I gotta give you a dab on that one.
He's so emotional.
so this
It was
Daniel watches
amazing.
that video at least once a month.
Oh, wow.
I thought y'all really had a client.
I thought so too. I was like, who trying to hire us for a wedding?
Right.
He was so smooth with it.
Damn, that
I was
was
like,
good.
wait, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Why is he getting here? What's going on?
Actually, man, to be honest, none of that was really rehearsed. It
Oh,
was
really?
supposed to go completely different, so I had to pull a rabbit out there
Right.
at the last minute.
Yeah.
And I'm glad she said yeah. And I'm glad I didn't fall off that horse in the process.
I said, you killed my proposal. But definitely, let's get a serious talk. I know y'all wanted, y'all here for a reason, and recent certain things have been happening in y'all family. So let's talk about that. What's up? What's been going on with y'all?
Oh man, so much. We've been going through so many transformations. I guess that's the best word that I can
Yeah,
call
like
it.
health transformations.
Heck yes. I mean, not just health, but spiritual transformations, transforming our perspective on certain situations that are happening within our lives, transforming our diets,
Right.
transforming the way we deal with stress and our sleep schedule. It's a complete transformation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what made you come to this position that you need to make this change?
I would say it was actually very organic how everything took place, especially just like our coming together when we did the timing of everything, the flow of everything. Everything was organic. I was kind of in a place in my life where I was making a lot of changes myself, and when I met her, she was on that same path. So it's kind of unique that we kind of just embraced that journey together, and different things came up. I went through my own health struggles, and I thank God that she was there. She was definitely like my angel there, picking me up, and helping me through it. But the mindset is very important, and it's definitely a very unique thing, and it's so important to have a partner when you actually are making different transitions. To have that, it's just like being in the weight room. Having that workout partner, having somebody you can lean on, somebody that's gonna push you to go that extra mile.
Right.
So we pushed each other. And that was it was very important. We made a lot of decisions together, and we made sure that those decisions stuck by, you know, holding one another accountable, but also being passionate about the journey ourselves individually. You know? So
right.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I know. Me and Tita, we're going through our weight loss journey. So y'all definitely been an inspiration to us. You know how y'all
really have.
You know, we tried the vegan thing. You know, and
you guys did great. I was so proud of y'all. I was like, yes, Tita and y'all
I was skeptical because
you
like,
guys did so good.
Yeah, we're still like in and out of it right now, but we're thinking about going completely.
But we don't really eat meat that much like from now. Like we're not considered like vegans or vegetarians and stuff, but we're kind of like I don't crave it no more, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'll crave bacon, like, once a month.
There you go.
But not, like, you know.
And that's the journey, you know what I mean?
Right,
that's
right.
the beauty of that transformation
Right.
and being...
You learn so much.
That's what I was so proud of you guys for, you know, for just, like, doing it. Like, just giving it a try.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be a little different.
Definitely.
But just saying, okay... We're gonna just go ahead and give it a shot, you know, and you guys actually did that. So kudos to you.
It's finding what works for you.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes.
It's figuring out.
I would have been able to go vegan.
Totally vegan.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't have been me. 10 years ago when I was losing weight, no.
Yeah, I know.
No.
The last day, the next day, we got sick because this one,
my God.
she wanted to have a big old meat meal. We went to Little Miss and
Wow, so y'all go from vegan straight to Little Miss barbecue and shit.
Right.
Yeah, that was probably not the best decision.
yeah, we were sick for the whole week after that.
I didn't eat meat for another 2 weeks.
Right, you went 0 straight to 100.
Right,
Yes.
0 to 100.
So how do you become like so consistent? Because you know we're struggles.
Yes.
So how do you become so consistent with being healthy?
Yeah, you know, really we did it in phases, right? So we didn't just wake up one day and we're like, we're gonna be vegans today. Right. No meat, no dairy, no eggs, no nothing. Like
how they went at it.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been very sustainable.
Right.
So we really did it in phases. He started his phase well before me. Like our first date, I was trying to take him to go get steak. And he was like, I'll have a salad. I was like,
Really?
"You want a
Wow.
steak?" So he was
strong
already
mentality right
yeah.
Hold on, wait. So
exactly.
the stereotype flipped around.
completely flipped.
Right.
Completely flipped.
Because normally it's
have
the
a-
chick getting the salad on the
Right.
first date.
Yes.
Have a salad.
Were you vegan
Yes.
or were you vegetarian before this all started, or?
So no, it wasn't actually. That year that we met, there was a lot of things that happened that year, especially towards the end of the year. But prior to that, about maybe 2-3 years before that, I was actually about maybe over 260 pounds.
Really?
I did the insanity workout videos.
Oh,
Right.
wow, okay.
Your face expression. He said 260. His face went like 260 where?
Yeah, man, shout out to Sean T. You know, he really, real talk. He got me going. But I 3.5 weeks. I was supposed to do the whole 60 days. The first 3.5 weeks, I went real hard, and I actually doubled up on a couple of his videos during that time. And I went from 260 something pounds down to 217 in about 3.5 weeks.
Wow.
And so, you know, that was, and one of the things about it was the meal plan. And I'm not really the type, you know, to say, yeah, I'm gonna stick to this diet where I'm gonna eat this on this day and eat that on that day. What I did was I looked at his meal plan and I said, okay, these are the foods that he's saying to eat in the meal plan. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna start buying.
Right.
So it didn't matter what my kids thought. You know, it didn't matter what nobody else in the house. This is what I'm going to start buying, and we're going to start actually preparing our meals from these particular ingredients, right? And then I just stuck to that, right? over the course of so by the time I met her, you know, I had, you know, weaned myself off of a lot of things.
Wow.
There was no more milk for me. Yeah, I still had, you know, my issue with cheese. You know, but I didn't, you know, I cut out the milk,
Right.
you know, so it was all almond milk and, you know, different non-dairy,
Wow.
you know, non-lactose, different types of milks. And then also like, no, I cut out all of the red meat and the,
Wow.
you know, I barely ate chicken, you know, that would be every once in a while, but no fast food,
Wow.
no sodas,
Wow.
rarely juices. So when
I was
met
still
her,
on steak, y'all. I listen.
Right. So when I met her, it was actually she was actually committed to her own. You know, she had started making some commitments. So it was actually it was a great thing because it kind of fell right in line with one another. So she was like, "Oh, okay. Well, wait, you already there? Okay. Well, look. Well, let me. You know.
Right,
well,
right.
well, cool. I can look because I'm ready to do this too. And,
Right.
and I saw how ready she was to make that transition too. So it gave me that much more faith in knowing. You know what? Look. I got somebody here that's, you know, that it's gonna make it that much easier for me because I don't have to try to, you know, try to sneak off just to eat my
Right.
type of meals
Right.
or whatever while she's, you know, so it was
Part of
great.
the same journey. Right?
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
You being comfortable and stuff.
Yeah.
That's honestly what helped me lose weight. Cause 10 years ago I weighed 200 pounds,
Okay.
and if it wasn't for him being like, all right, for you to do that, you got to cut your meals in half. You got to do this. We're gonna start hiking, and he cut his meals in half and didn't eat after a certain time, and he was like, all right, cool. And then like I didn't see it, but he saw the weight dropping off me before I noticed it, and then after a while I noticed, and I was like,
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, that's actually kind of
I remember,
right.
right.
it was about a couple of weeks ago. We went out to eat somewhere. I said, "That's all y'all gonna eat."
The plate and took half.
Like, so combine.
That's an awesome
Crazy.
put that number together.
Right. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's whole
insane.
guy right there.
One thing I want to say, I know that you guys don't use the word diet, and that's the thing that I think people need to. You too also need to stop
He
using
throwing
the
shots at y'all this morning.
Stop using the word diet. You know, it's not a diet. Don't say I'm going on a diet. Don't think of it that way. You're doing a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
And you're going to change your lifestyle.
Absolutely.
And it's not something that you're going to go back on to normal.
Right.
When you're done with this is your new normal of way of eating.
Right.
New life. Yeah.
This is the way you move forward, and you don't think of yourself of going backwards anywhere. This is the way you move forward, and this is what you're living. And it's not a diet.
Correct.
This is how we're going to do this for now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that mentality helps a little better.
You
It
hit
does.
the nail right on the head. Really, diet, the root word of diet is actually Greek, and it means lifestyle change, right? So doctors were prescribing a diet,
Right.
which means a lifestyle
Lifestyle change.
change to that client.
Right.
Centuries ago, we here in Western society have created the word diet to mean a temporary weight loss,
Right.
you know,
Right.
journey for a
Just
you know
to fit
an
in a
event
dress
or a
or-
dress or
Definitely.
exactly.
Bikini or
Right.
There you go. But you're totally right. It's a complete lifestyle change. You
it
know,
definitely is.
yeah.
It's like when they say dietary supplement.
There you go.
It's not like it's on a vitamin. It's a dietary supplement.
There you go. There you go.
It's real.
Ms. Roxi, I know during the quarantine you had a lot of games you were doing, like the newlywed games. I like me and Tita though.
Yeah, y'all did.
I didn't think they do this so well.
You guys did awesome.
Yeah, we went down for a minute though.
Yeah,
we came
we
back.
went
You know
down.
what I'm saying? We came back. But I know you did. What made you want to start these games, different type of games? for the
Yes.
quarantine?
First of all, I'm a game board fanatic, right?
Right.
I even met the SDR team through a game night,
Oh,
honestly.
really?
Right. It was a game night that took place at my house. I'll never forget. That was actually the first day I ever met Amanda, who's
Yep.
my sister. You know
Amanda's
what I
in
mean?
the building.
Yes, Amanda in the building. Right? So I love games. And even to be honest, I've got about 56 board games at my house.
Wow.
Literally. I
Wow.
mean, and it's been a collection over the years.
It's
But
legit.
yeah, like I love it. It's fun. I use it as a stress reliever. I'm really big on self-care, self-love, taking a break from life,
Right.
taking a step back and
Social
just
media.
yes, just to regroup with friends and laugh and just do something a little bit different with some friends. And once Corona hit, you know what I mean? We all had to be on the lockdown, and my birthday had came, and I was like, dang, I wanted to come to Arizona. All of my friends is here, and I couldn't travel. We were on a lockdown in California, so I was like, you know what? We just gonna do a virtual game night, and it was fun. Literally, that's what I wanted it to be. Just a time away, just 1 hour. We can have some fun, play some games, win some prizes, and then regroup, go on with the rest of your week, and then we'll follow up with another game. So really, it was just a way for us to relieve stress and just to step back and have some fun with our friends and family.
You would have never thought it was gonna explode like that, right?
No. We had people from all over registering to play, which was awesome. We got sponsors to give out prizes, and it became something much bigger than we thought. So tons of fun. I love game night.
Definitely.
Love game night.
Miss Simmie, is Miss Roxy competitive with the games?
She's competitive. She's also a very good sport, though.
Oh, really? Not a soft sport, huh?
And we and it's crazy because we play dominoes.
Yeah, that's our game at
Really?
home.
That's what we sit at the house.
You guys are good at dominoes. You guys don't play like you guys.
I can't get him to play a board game for nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
He's like, nah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
If it doesn't have a screen connected to it, I don't really.
Last Thanksgiving, Daniel, when he kind of stepped out, because we're like, ooh.
Yeah.
Like, there was this, like...
We like playing games.
Yeah, we like playing games.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm a computer head, man.
You say your computer head?
I think the latest game we just got was shout out to Derek Grace.
We did get that
game.
game.
What is it called? I can't think of the name of the game.
Oh, dang. It's the economics board game.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called.
Oh, God. Drawing a blank. But
Yeah,
look up Derek Grace, too. And,
Derek Grace, okay, we're going to look that up, definitely.
Definitely.
Miss Simmie, you're going to start working on a workshop, or?
So yes, I'm going to actually be doing on Halloween night.
Okay.
I'm going to be doing a free workshop. This is going to be just me bringing awareness to. I'm a Vedic astrologer.
Okay.
This is something that. And I'm kind of just now really. I've been for the past few years been really just sticking to my studies, man.
Yes,
I've been deep in studies, so I'm kind of I'm finally now coming out and just really bringing some awareness to some what we call the spiritual mysteries.
I like that. I like that. Yes, sir.
So the name of my company is actually I Know Astrology.
Okay.
And that's. I know is spelled I-G-N-O. G-N-O comes from the word gnosis, and gnosis means the knowledge of the spiritual mysteries.
Okay.
So you guys do some looking into that.
We talking about spiritual mysteries like Scooby Doo and them used to make.
Spiritual mysteries.
That real.
Spiritual. The gnosis actually comes from the Egyptian time, ancient Egypt, where it was one of the first, not really religions, but one of the first faiths and beliefs was that was in the knowledge of all things. In order for you to reach God or to really understand God, you had to have the knowledge of all things.
Okay. And
so there are, there's the 3D. Or the understanding of how things work here on this plane that we deal with, and then there's also spiritual gifts and knowledge that so we're gonna talk. I'm actually gonna be talking a little bit more about that tomorrow in an interview as well. So I'll be doing an interview tomorrow.
Will you be going live with these classes, or how would you?
So I will be going live on October 31st. So that's actually, I'm doing it on Halloween because it's actually the full moon. So it's as an astrologer, there's a lot of
it's more of a astrology.
Yes, yes. So Vedic astrology is what I that's what I practice. Vedic astrology is actually known as Jyotish in Sanskrit, which means the light. It's the Indian astrology, which works on a different calculation than what most people would know of when you look in your horoscopes here in in the Western Western calculation.
So is it astrology would be a derivative from this information, basically that we know of, or
so this is
I would even say Western astrology is derived from Vedic astrology.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah. The Vedic is actually calculated on the Eastern calculation called a sidereal calculation.
Wow.
This spans back over 5,000 years, which is far beyond the Western tropical calculation that we know here.
People don't know that the study of the stars is one of the oldest studies of time. I mean, we've been studying the stars as long as we've been humans. So the mapping of the stars into knowing where the stars are going and the location of certain stars and moons and figuring those things out was something that we've been doing as long as we've been putting paint on walls.
Absolutely.
So,
Just a couple questions. I know you have places to go. Y'all got a lot of interviews out here, so I'm gonna let y'all go. We're gonna get ready to play a game as well. I know Tita. One night, Tita was in one of your classes.
Yes.
What was
Which one?
Which one you was in, Tita?
It was what was it? Because I look at all of them, but so I'm always late to them.
It's okay.
But it was the first
there. It's all right.
I was actually on there on time. It was like a self-care.
Yeah.
It was what was it? It was like a female body.
Yes.
I think what it was exactly.
It was the Pure Balance Masterclass series is what you were talking about. It was the 3-day series. One day I talked about sleep. Okay, so you're talking about the day we were talking about self-care and hormone disruptors.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, you want to get more into that one?
I was really blown away because I do my research with certain things that you have a pimple, if it's blue, why is it blue,
a blue pimple.
But it's how you look at this and that and stuff. So when I was looking at your class and stuff, I was like, okay, and then I was like, I was like, man, this is I don't know, I wasn't sure if I was just at a regular master class or I was at the GYN, it's I got so much info in that hour, it's ridiculous.
And it was actually even more info than you would. I mean, most of that information I never got from my gynecologist. She never taught me about hormone disruptors. She never taught us about chemicals and toxins in our home and how that's going to affect your cycle. They're not going to talk to you about. Yes, absolutely not. So, and that's why I love what I do so much, because I get to fill in those gaps, where the gynecologist isn't telling you about all of these other options that you actually do have that will benefit your health. I can come in and fill in those gaps for everyone. So, and I always like to talk about what that lady's job is, right? Just think always, the doctor's job is to give you a prescription ultimately. They want you to feel better, right? That's how they pay their kids' college bills. That's how they pay their mortgage. That's how they make sure their life is afloat, is by making sure that we are able to pick up these lovely prescriptions, which don't always do what it is that we want to do. Right. They all come with side effects that you may have to take another prescription for, that may have another side effect that will have another prescription. So there are tons of alternative options, but they're not paid to teach us that. That's number one. They're also not trained to teach us that. Less than 8% of medical schools teach nutrition. That's crazy.
it's like-
What?
It's like, wait a minute, what's going on?
Wow.
It's like 2%.
Yes.
It's like 2%.
Yes,
that
teach
nutrition.
nutrition, which is huge when it comes to our health. I mean, most diseases are stemmed from what's at the end of our fork. So how you not teach your patients that is beyond me. But again, that's why I'm here. You know, that gives me a great opportunity to help.
Because I was diagnosed with the Crohn's disease.
Crohn's,
Besides, you know, the asthma, diabetes, and all that stuff. I used to take about 20 pills a day since I was like 12. Or
And I ain't like that.
You know, and one day I just got really sick and I dropped everything. I said, because you know, one was affecting me for the other things and stuff. So when I got diagnosed, it's like I can't even take any of these pills and stuff.
That's, yeah, you got you off them pills. I don't know if you
Smoke a blunt.
That's what it is. You know, if you're
Hey.
I don't know if y'all want to talk about the Mr. Simmie, your recent unexpected diagnosis.
Yeah, you know, well, and like I was saying, a lot of our journey was actually sparked by catalysts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very unexpected
Very
situations. You know, the end of 2017, I took a load of. I was a truck driver actually at the time. So this was before I went into. I had already been dabbling a lot in astrology, but this was prior to me actually making this my profession. That was the catalyst that brought me here, you know. But so end of 2017, I'm taking a load of wine from Napa, California, out to Miami, Florida, and let's just say on the way there, I ended up contracting some type of it was a food poisoning actually. By the time I made it to Miami, I was about 2.5-3 days late because I was pretty much suffering, dying almost. You know, by the time I actually made it home, it took me about a week longer to get home than what it was supposed to. And that's a whole nother, story because my truck was actually dying at the same time that I was dying. You know, so and I got hurt, at home waiting for me crying, like, man. So finally I make it back home I got back home Christmas Eve. By New Year's Eve, I was checking myself into the hospital. Come to find out, I was diagnosed with coronary artery disease, congestive heart failure, and I had a blood clot in my heart. Two of my 3 arteries were actually about 95% blocked, and they couldn't understand why I was actually walking in here. Literally walking in here, and I hadn't had a stroke or a heart attack or anything yet. So that was the catalyst that began a whole new transformation. Of course, they put me on a very strict diet, low sodium diet. So that low sodium diet sparked, okay, well, you know what? We're not doing any more salt. So we stopped bringing salt to the house, right? So that began a whole new transformation. Now we're starting to find out, okay, well, what kind of spices and what kind of ingredients can we use to still make our food flavorful, taste good, but yet keep the sodium down and everything. Then that turned into, like she said, everything kind of unfolded in the phases. Now during that period, it also was the catalyst for what began her search into holistics, right? And then going into holistics and looking for, how we could holistically combat, this condition that I had. She started finding holistic ways to combat her own condition, right? And to really actually conquer what she was going through. And so that began, that was the catalyst for what she now has turned into her own company. And, so it's amazing how the, situations we go through in life. But to talk about this latest particular incident, yes, I actually was able to use astrology to pinpoint what I found out was a tumor, a testicular tumor, actually. I was able to look into my birth chart and see what was coming ahead, and I noticed it was the same alignment that I noticed that sparked that actually sparked COVID. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Which I'll be talking about all of that tomorrow in an interview tomorrow morning at 9:30.
At 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
On SDR.
Yeah. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
What show is that going to be on?
That is.
I know y'all interview about.
It's you and Amanda and Archie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So that me looking into the alignment for that particular timing, I saw what was going to take place, and I didn't, but I saw what was taking place and what it meant for me, and I'm like, oh God, let me find out what's going on. It was perfect timing when I went in, found out, yes, I've got this tumor, it's growing. They ended up having to do surgery. They were able to remove the tumor, but there's still a couple of cancerous
cells.
Pieces of that was left. They found in my lymph nodes. That over time began to kind of grow. So I just found out last week that I'll be actually going into chemotherapy which this is another just another let's say another part of my transformation, another part of my transition, but it's also just another part of my story. I've overcome all of this just really because of my outlook and how I see things. I thank God for my wife. She keeps me human, because a lot of times I feel like I have to step myself back from the 3D, from my physical experience, in order for me to conquer what I'm going through. I can't be involved or emotionally tied to the experience of it all. The more emotionally tied I am to it, that's how you fall into depression. Right. That's how you fall into into situations where now you don't have the strength or now you're looking for people outside of you to provide for you. The strength, the courage, the willpower that you should be conjuring for yourself. So. That's what keeps me going. So I don't, this is just another part, and I know for sure I'll conquer this just as well as I've conquered everything.
Definitely.
One of the things that I learned going through my journey and in school is that all disease, cancer, all disease is a indication to us that something in our body is off balance. It's not a moment for us to get alarmed, stressed on all of that. It is hey, something is off balance, and some changes need to be made within your life. Let's step back and let's reevaluate what is off balance. I think that's also really helped me with this entire situation. You know what I mean? Is not thinking about all of the negatives that come with it, right? I get, when I tell people even my story, or when I share my husband's story, I get a lot of I'm sorry's, right? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. As soon as I say, he was diagnosed with cancer, or we were, I had this and this and this, and they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, why? What is wrong with you? Why are you sorry? Right. Yes, I always say, what is wrong? Why are you sorry? There's nothing to be sorry for. This is us saying, this is our body just saying there's something that you want to check out. Yeah. It's not a time to be sorry. It's a time to make some changes and pay attention to our body and what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely. I know y'all had to be, y'all got another interview to go to, so I want to thank y'all for coming.
Yes.
I really appreciate y'all. Tell them where they can find everything from y'all, what y'all do, and everything y'all do.
Yes. Of course, I'm Roxi Tim. You can find me all of my social media at Finesse, FINESSE, lifeholistics.com. Also, all on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Finesse Life Holistics. I also sell tea herbs. I do herbal workshops. I teach wellness classes.
I wanted to mention that. I want to talk about that.
Yes, I love working with women, especially women who are struggling with weight, women who are struggling with gynecological conditions. So yeah, that is my passion. You can also find me at bougieteaparty.com. That's where you can find all of my herbal workshops as well as teas and herbs.
Definitely.
So Daniel saw, sees the master classes.
Yes.
But he saw the pie.
The sweet potato pie tea.
Yes.
Yes. Give it.
I didn't see that.
No. Listen, we've got over 20 new blends that we just launched the other day. So we've got all kinds of delicious stuff. We've got teas for libido and boosting that up. We've got teas for weight loss. We've got teas for appetite suppressant. We've got teas for women that experience heavy bleeding, women who experience really, really bad cramps during their cycles, all types of things.
Definitely, anything caffeine free?
We do have tons of caffeine free. Yes, decaffeinated teas, iced teas as well.
Yeah, y'all see? Y'all have it right there.
That's probably like my only thing. Cause like I drink tea.
Oh, you drink tea?
Love
but
tea.
I'm allergic to caffeine.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Yes, yes, that is the
Got all
thing.
that.
We've got tons of decaf teas, tons of herbal. All herbal teas are decaffeinated. There's no caffeine in the herbs. So any herbal tea that you choose, there's no caffeine in those.
See?
Dope.
Got the supply.
There, I got you, sis. I got you.
And you can find you can find me at I Know Astrology. It's IGNO
Write that down,
Astrology.
Tita.
Across all platforms. Even though I'm actually now gonna really start it because I haven't really been on social media. Like I said, I've been studying. I've been studying, and so now is the time. So trust me.
Well, I'm gonna tune in. It's Halloween, right?
Yeah, Halloween. Halloween night. Yes, you can find. I'll be doing the workshop Halloween night. My website is iknowastrology.com. I actually just recently kind of I put up a construction site right now because I'm actually doing some ready for October 31st. So I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, absolutely. You can also email me. I'm still doing readings. I'm just doing them by email. Okay. So if anyone needs a birth chart reading, anything like that, you can email me at Simmie at iknowastrology.com.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for telling us your story. It's definitely inspirational, and good luck to you guys. And,
Thank you.
I know it's gonna be tough sledding, but you have the right attitude and demeanor for everything. So I'm believing that you're gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? Tougher than you were before.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Y'all fighters.
Definitely.
And we're gonna still be following y'all.
Yeah.
We're gonna get back on our vegan. We're still on it. We're still. I think we're still on it. The only thing we really have been like eating is we did go back to like chicken.
Yeah.
That's one thing. But she can't help it.
If I could make a suggestion.
Yeah, go ahead, baby.
Oh, if I can make a suggestion. The way that I actually, anytime that I'm trying to formulate a new habit, what I do is I say, okay, look, I'll do this for either a week or for a month or whatever the habit is, right? So, especially when it comes to eating, I'll say, look, this is all I'm buying and all I'm eating for this entire week. Wow. Now, if after this week, I didn't like it, or it just didn't really work for me. Cool, I didn't lose nothing. Okay, it wasn't. It was nothing but a week of me trying to make a make a positive change. If it didn't stick or I didn't like it, cool, I can always go back to But anytime I've ever done that and gave something that real weak, I promise you. By the end of it, I was always happy. I gave it that week, and I find that it now puts me on the path to something new because now I can't stop.
Like a trial run. Or
Absolutely, absolutely.
Today is grocery store day. So.
You know what? I'm gonna honestly say I was the people that like milk like okay. I used to go to like 3 gallons like a week.
Dang.
Dishes, I like milk.
Yeah.
And people told me, I know Amanda tried. I'm not the type of people that'll be like, ugh, when we did the whole vegan thing, I tried oat milk.
Okay.
I tried almond milk, cashew milk, all of them.
Okay.
Oat milk sold me.
It's thick like whole milk.
And I never went back.
Yeah, I get
Good for
to
you.
this day, I
Good for you.
Oh, that's dope.
It's a little more expensive, but
let me tell you, it's so easy to make. All it is oats and water.
Wow.
Literally.
That's literally
Put
all
it in
is.
your blender. Yes, put it in a high-powered blender, and you've
Wow,
got
so
oat
it's
milk.
Quaker, buy you some
it's
Quaker
like the
oats.
stuff that comes from the when
Yes.
the oatmeal's been sitting there for a long time. That little
Yeah.
milky substance.
That's
That
it.
can
That's
Right.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
It's
I never
all-
thought about that.
That's all it is, and we've put like a little bit of vanilla in it at home, or a little bit of cinnamon, just to give it a little bit more flavor.
So it's just
much
the extracts of oat.
honey.
Yeah.
That's all
That's
it is.
crazy.
Yeah, that little film that you scrape off
Yeah.
the top of your oatmeal, that's oat milk.
Like,
I definitely give you props for that. You did not go to that.
Little, you know, like
That's so amazing.
And then even tofu, like I never liked tofu before, and when we did the vegan thing, like I still when we put a chili was it chili?
I had to go somewhere. 'Cause
Chipotle.
The tofu at home did not work.
We went to Chipotle, and I like that sofritas, I think it's called.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, ooh, what's this tofu? I'm like, nah, it's not tofu.
Yeah.
And I still buy it now. Like when we go and stuff, I ask a side of it. It's good.
Yeah.
And like you know, she said at the beginning of everything, it's all about your taste buds,
Mhm.
how you make it, and everything.
Absolutely. And I just want to clear something up really quick. Simmie and I, as much as we eat a plant-based diet or a vegan diet, we're not technically vegans, right?
Okay.
I like honey too much to be vegan.
Yes.
Okay, let me start there.
But Susan said right.
What fuels our body,
Right.
if that makes sense. For us, meat doesn't give us fuel. That kind of drags me down. It makes my weird, I'm constipated. Yeah. It does not give me the vitality that I'm looking for. It does not make me feel good the next day. So why am I going to eat it?
Right.
So that's that. Milk does the exact same thing. It gives me acne. Makes I'm lactose intolerant. It makes my stomach hurt. Why do I want to eat it? However, say there's some chicken at a family cookout, right? We don't buy chicken in our home ever. We don't buy meat. We don't bring those foods in our home.
Okay.
But if we are out and about somewhere and there is a piece of chicken, I mean, listen, we ain't going. I might not be like, I don't think I want chicken because I'm a vegan.
When you eat 95% of the healthy stuff,
Right.
It's okay.
Right.
Every
That's
once in a while,
it's a treat.
It's a treat.
Well,
It's
I'm gonna say this.
yeah.
Me and Tita gonna look like y'all, and we Aisha by December.
Hey, and I'm here for y'all.
Listen,
For whatever
it's
you
possible.
need. Make
Yeah,
it happen.
Yo, we friends on Facebook now, so I'll definitely
Yes,
You see
catch
how
y'all
much I
for
bug her, right? Like, I will message you.
No, absolutely.
I have no problem. It's late. Stop. All right.
Most definitely. We a little over, so we gotta go. It's DanYo&Tita podcast. We out.
Holla, holla.